And just to touch on the competitions, obviously yourself and John set up the SubOnly brand and the events. How did that actually come about? I'm actually quite curious.
Um, so John was the start of the events. Like I suppose it could be complex or like simple as you like, but like we were trying to create what like jiu-jitsu was like a new sport kind of like, but if you look at any other sport, it's black and white, like it's grassroots, it's regular competition, and it's funding and then clubs, especially Olympic sports. So it's just like, well, what 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 isn't there that the sport would need, and regular competition was the one. So John started the Dublin International Open in 2013. That was our first ever comp. And then for the first couple of years, like 13, 14, probably 15, we just ran the Dublin International Open. And it was on like a strong Von system. So like everyone knows Smoothcomp now, but like back in the day, like you still see it at some comps, but like it's you have to manually do the brackets and print it all out, do it by hand. Like I remember watching John like just like what are you doing? Like you'd be doing the brackets for 2 days like before the
Damn,
event. Yeah, now you can do it in 3 clicks, like. So
ideal.
ideal, yeah. So just watching that, and then I think then we would have been going to America and competing and stuff like that, and then the National Children's Jiu-Jitsu League and the Grassroots League would have fell in under that. So like I was in college at that stage doing sports and business management. And I think even in some of the modules we had to do an event, like it was like you could do an event or you could do so it's just like, yeah, sure, we're doing events anyway, like might as well just do that for the thing. So yeah, that's when we would have ran the first event up in Blanchardstown, IT as it was, TUD now. I was in college there, so it was just a college like module basically, and yeah, it just went really well. So ran the National Kids Children's League then, and then as it got more professional, more serious, um, international brands would have started contacting us. So John ran the AJP, the Abu Dhabi, in like 2014, I think. And that was when it was a little bit different, the AJP. You used to get, if you won your division, or it was like, say, minus 60, minus 65, minus 70, minus 75, minus something like that. But if you won your division, um, you got like a proper trip to Abu Dhabi. It was like 8 grand worth. So you got your flights, accommodation, comp reg. I think you might even got a few quid in the lead up to the comp to help you out, whatever. You got spending money when you were there. So John won that trip in Portugal. I don't know, 2013 probably. He won his division and the absolute in Portugal AGP, and eight fights, 8 submissions, and he won. So he was one. I think Chris Bowwood went before him, maybe, but John was one of the first people to go to Abu Dhabi. One probably in the first 3 or 4, definitely, to go to Abu Dhabi and see it. And he actually fought Kane and Durante over there in the first round, or was it second round? But people still know Durante's on the scene. Like, but I was like, yeah, I just hit my double leg, like, and just fouled it. I just fouled it, he's so solid. But like, that's the type of thing. So like, you're fighting Durante off, like. So after that, John ran but it was like maybe it was a little bit too. We ran it in the National Basketball Arena. I remember doing everything for it, like, and I think like I actually think there was like 80 registrations or something for it, like 80, and like 40 of them were people that flew in to win the trip. So yeah, maybe it didn't get the support. Maybe it was before its time. Whatever it was, it didn't really work. But yeah, John was like, yeah, I'm doing this comp, man. If it's not working, I'm going to Abu Dhabi. So he actually lost out to, he was tired from setting up the whole event, and he lost out in the final to Mario, and Mario Silverback. So he went, Marcus Phelan won it, him and Sam, I think, were down to the wire, and Marcus won it, and Liam McCourt. So that was the first Team Ireland going to Abu Dhabi. So John organised that, got the guys the funding, and then they all would have fought. And you look back and like Leah's obviously doing brilliant, like in Bellator and Jiu-Jitsu black belt and etc. Marcus is one of Ireland's best competitors, one of Ireland's best lads. Like, he's such a great guy, and Mario Silverback, obviously serious, like really good at jiu-jitsu, a couple of clubs, running a club, doing well. So it's nice to see that you were just in the midst of it all, but like as time passed, we were actually creating stuff we didn't really realize together. So then Naga, I don't know if you remember Naga.
I haven't been around for any of the Irish Nagas. I don't know,
Nagas.
has there been any in years in Ireland?
No, they don't come to Ireland anymore, but they did. And I was doing like refereeing. Me and a few of the lads for the club were doing refereeing on the European circuit for Naga, so it was good. Like we do like Naga UK, Naga Amsterdam, Naga Limburg. It yeah, just all over refereeing. Like, but like we were so young at the time. I was bringing like Yanis from the club with me, like, and me and him were two refs. Like I was like 23, 24 probably. I don't know, and he was like 14 or something, probably like 15 or 16.
International trips.
Yeah, like, and just living it up, like, and just flying around and doing it. And then so Naga would have came. I think they ran 2 in Ireland. I was in Thailand when they ran the last one. And then a lot of it just comes down to numbers, man. It's simply, you know what I mean? Like if they're getting 1,500 people in the UK, 400 people in Ireland mightn't really suffice it. So a lot of it comes down to, like, we'd always put our heart in stuff, but sometimes business is just business, you know what I mean?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. So then the IBJJF came as well. Like we would have like done a lot of proposing and trying to get them here, like, and they came here anyway, and that's great. Like that, the Dublin Open. I noticed that the kids Europeans isn't here anymore. They seem to have changed it, so that's a bit of a pity. The last couple of years, the IBJJF Junior Europeans were actually in Dublin, but I think they're going back to Portugal this year now. So, and then I think that's really all the international brands, is it really?
I think it is, yeah. Most of them anyway.
So yeah, most of them anyway. So that was it. And as we're staying busy with that, we've always just tried to keep building our own thing, and then listening to the competitors, because like we were competitors, you know, like we've been disqualified from tournaments, we've showed up late, like we've everything you're going through, we've gone through. Like John went to California. I think it was the Nogi Worlds one year, and he was like to your man, "Oh, can I test my weight on the test scales?" And your man was like, "Oh yeah, no." But and John tested, and he was 100 grams over, and the guy was like, "Oh, that's DQ." Like, and John was like, "This is the test scales, man. My division isn't on for 2 hours or something." The man's like, "It's DQ, man." John was like, no, it's grand. Like, so John went running or whatever, came back, was underweight. His division still hadn't even started, and he's just like, "Nah, I've disqualified. You can't let you through." Like John jumped over the thing, was in the bullpen, and then when his guy got called for the match, there was a line through. John was like, "No, I'm here. I'm on weight. There's no problem." I was like, "No, man, you're done." Like, so John had to get back over the thing. Yeah, it sucks. It sucked like $3,000 over our account. That's what it sucked. But that was it. John came out, was just like, but sometimes you're not just fighting the person, you're fighting the table, you're fighting the ref, you're fighting the weigh-in chap, you're fighting. I've had it here, like I've had it here at competitions up the north and stuff where, other people would be a bit more rubbing shoulders and they'd make it so like that gi is illegal. You're like, I just fought in the Europeans, IBJJF Europeans last week, and this gi, it was fine there. How isn't it all right in some small tournament in Northern Ireland, you know? So you don't want to see that either, that like it's all bleeding, a big smile and a big handshake, but they're trying to interrupt it for you as much as you can. And unfortunately, that's sports, I suppose, sometimes, is it? That's sports. Like, people want to give their friends the advantage, and some people blatantly just don't care. They'll just do it. So we always try to keep it a level playing field. Like even at my own tournaments, like I try not to scream and shout so much anymore. Like I suppose everyone does when they get a little bit older, but I'm just like seeing one of my, like the last tournament, like the Cork Open, was it? Yeah, it was Cork Open, the last Cork Open, and like one of my students is in, like, has a person in a submission, like the ref says stop, the girl didn't tap, they put her back into the submission, you one burst through her guard, my girl do it, and I'm just like I can't, like, I'm just like, but you can't, you know, like if I get in the middle, say, which I was about to, don't get me wrong, but then I was like, no, just breathe, like, for a sec. But I was about to, no, that I'm reversing the decision, blah, 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 blah. But like, even because it's my girl, my student who's been like training, can't get her matches up and down the country, like had to put her in an adults division to get her, or an adults match to get her. She's like, it's so much came down to just getting that one match, and then there's this big controversy or whatever from it that I'm just like, yeah, but you can't. You're just try just do a fair. Try make a level playing field, and everyone deserves a crack. You know what I mean? Every people might say this and say that, but if you don't have your man that's your competitor, you don't have a competition. So we're all the same, you know. Like, we all like jiu-jitsu. We all want to do whatever. Like, we all want to do the basic things right. We all want to
See it growing.
see it grow and see ourselves grow and be comfortable in life. Like, no one's different, you know what I mean? So just because we're different teams or whatever doesn't really matter, I don't think.